Empire Tabletop!
Oh well.
I hope we're not recording.
We are recording.
Fuck. Okay.
Hi guys! Welcome to session 3. It was a very, very busy week last week, I would say. You guys got on a boat, and by the end of it, you got off the boat.
We did it.
Don't forget what we did in between the getting on and off
They're
the boat.
no longer on a boat.
Yep. You had a big boat full of munitions, like Cardinal Thorn. And, as he was waving, he was looking at you guys, and he was like, don't make them suspicious.
I said, wait, like, hi, I'm a human!
Yeah. You guys were all pretend. I guess, no, you didn't have... Did you have your disguise on at the time?
None of us had any disguise, so we were just waving.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So I said that as an orc.
they couldn't really see from that far away either. Also, they're probably not too judgmental, unless you're an Asmodeus. or
I like this upside down pentagram!
I mean, no, let's turn it up to... See, it's a star!
it's a regular pentagram. We're Jewish. I think the star
Or
did
Satan
Six
worshippers.
sides.
6 points, you're right.
Praise be to Hanukkah!
So I hope no one... So I apologize on behalf of Mark to anyone Jewish who's listening.
L'chaim!
You guys were...
I'm...
After you guys left the river, you guys started going up the eastern coast, and you saw, rivers. Sometimes Cargill went out and hunted, and would take down some stuff and for food. And
is this before we met the ship?
this is before you met the ship.
Okay, sorry.
You guys passed a big city where he was immediately like, we're not going anywhere near that city.
Which we all agreed.
Yeah, because we have a bunch of illegal stuff here.
So there's no point in going.
Exactly. Also, a lot of you guys got arrested
Arrested in
in that
that
city.
city, so yeah.
you might be noticed.
Well, technically, we could have gone in there and, just branded people's arms if we wanted.
Oh,
That
God.
would've-
You're doing that
That was a real shit idea.
You
by
mean
the way.
throw off the investigation by just branding everyone?
I want to do it, though. It sounds like great fun.
I'll make you a deal.
It is
If
great fun!
If we ever take over a town, we will brand the entire population and dump them in a big city.
Seer, did you see what it did to Azura? Look at the designs I've burned onto it.
Heaven!
You're so cool.
I feel like that tattoo artist, he's just proud of his work.
Mm-hmm. After you guys got to sort of the boundary of the watch wall, you were approached. Yes, the blade of Saint Martius.
So
Or
this
something.
is where this is where I said I'm human.
This is where the bad stuff happened. Because actually, no.
No.
No,
You
you
guys-
guys really well.
Yeah.
That's how we talked it out.
A little ship showed up, and it was full of soldiers, and the captain showed up, and he was like, "Hey,
That's like
what are you guys doing with all these boxes going up the thing?" And then one of you disguised yourselves as Captain,
Sir Balin!
Sir Balin, exactly.
And then
Diplomacy
Cage asked the guy if he was Sir Balin. I'm sorry.
I am
Cage.
Sir Balin.
I'm Sir Balin.
I'm sorry.
I am
Cage.
Sir Balin. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I'm not well.
It
I'm
was-
not well with the
I
sea.
couldn't help myself. It was so funny.
And you guys pretended that you were headed up north to deal.
To reinforce the militia.
I really like
Yes,
the moment
yes.
where he was like, I don't recognize this mark. And Cage, as Sir Balin, was just like, what's it called? And then I, as Timian, was like, Smith's mark! Right, the Smith's mark!
Yes, because all of the weapons and shields and stuff were inscribed with Kakarot Fire Axe's insignia.
Which is
and-
a flaming axe.
Yes, and the captain didn't recognize it, so
said it was the blacksmith.
it was a blacksmith's mark. He had a lot of commissions that day. Just like a whole literal boatload of weapons and armor and arrows.
Actual.
So yeah, after succeeding in that, you guys continued up north, and you were told, yeah, this is the part that Owen doesn't like, because...
the fucking clusterfuck on Seal Island.
Yeah.
What
the
I
seal-
like to call the biggest clusterfuck. 2 wasted fucking days looking for seals, only to have our teammates in a boat that gets capsized, and they get damn near
It wasn't
wasn't
capsized.
capsized.
We jumped out because we were afraid.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Two
The
or
big
three.
bad fucking
Yeah.
sea wolf thing comes out, roars at you guys.
Bar
2 of you
snips.
piss yourselves, jump into the water. It's domain
Wait.
instead of staying on the
To
nice
put it,
dry beach.
No,
The
bunyips.
person
Bunyips,
with
yeah.
zero strength was like, I got this, guys!
To put it into perfect context,
And the Arc's The arc was like, oh!
Cargill wanted to take a half-day detour onto Seal Island to catch some seals.
And we didn't want to make him suspicious.
'Cause
Which
they
is the
were,
reason I'm going to say when I get interrogated over this.
Because they're very valuable, and he's a greedy man. So
And I wanted
so
to
you
kill
guys were
things.
like, are you sure? And he's like, am I the captain? And you guys went to Seal Island.
And you
By the way, for that, I'm absolutely going to draw first blood on this motherfucker.
okay. And you
First killing spree!
You can picture my orca, like, before the Seal Island is just getting into a fight with different crew member every night because he's so pent up of wanting to kill things.
Yeah. So, yeah, you went to Seal Island. On the first day, hunting seals, you caught 0, and
Yeah.
Cargill caught 1.
I was having an off day that
On
day.
the second day, I believe you caught 2.
I also had an off day, but the other 2 made up for it.
We had
So-
2 and he had caught
Fucking
5.
kidding me.
He said he had 5.
You-
Only
He had-
person rolling
yeah,
above
he
15
caught- he caught 1 on the
zero
first day.
strength mage.
And then he caught 4 on the second day.
Yeah.
And you guys caught 2, and you're all proud of yourselves.
I-
And he shows up with his, like, big sling of 4 seals, and he's like, hey, what's up? And then the bunyips attacked.
Yeah.
And they started biting one of you guys, the expedition that went out, and it was right next to the big boat, so thankfully everyone could support him with arrows. And,
I killed one of them, I think.
And then Aki...
Yeah, after 4 fucking turns.
No, I killed one on my second turn.
Gage and I had a
Arrow
pleasant
support.
conversation
Oh,
about how
oh.
retarded this trip was.
And then Aki cast ear-piercing scream on one of them to damage them, and then they roared back, which causes
Thanks for that, Aki.
which causes people to be panicked when they fail their saves, and
Jump.
I failed my save.
and I believe Garrett and
Aki.
Like,
Oh, was it Mike? I thought
Yeah,
it was Mike.
Yeah,
it was
Garrett and-
Mike, me, and Aki. Aki's the only one who survived the...
Yeah, Garrett-
I'm the only one who stayed on the fucking
yeah,
boat.
Garrett and Mike failed their saves, and they both. Thankfully, you were only. I rolled the dice, and you were only panicked for 1 round. But you both jumped off
I
the
just
boat
wanna point
and
out-
swam away.
I was the only one who caught anything
Yeah.
and managed the will save and chased one away.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair.
But...
Let me our point, douche.
Aki, but did you kill a fucking bunyip with your bare hand?
With his bare
With his bare
That
hand!
is true. Garrett punching the bunyip.
Yes.
I
One of the
critical
biggest
punched a
things.
fucking bunyip!
No, I
Because-
didn't have to because I had your hammer.
Because Garrett.
You sure know that
Because
one.
when you're panicked, you drop your weapon and run away.
Yeah.
Garrett was unarmed when he jumped into the water, and when the bunyip,
Well,
when the
he's
last
gonna
remaining
check
bunyip
out if he's
attacked him.
unarmed.
Yeah. And I was treading water at the same time,
Yeah.
too. That's more awesome.
So
Without
basically,
arms,
what
that's
he
pretty
did was,
powerful.
well, man, you got penalties when you're trying to attack unarmed and in the water. What the hell are you thinking? He rolls a nat 20, and then he confirms it, and he punches the bunyip in the face for 20. I want to say 28 damage.
I think that's about what we decided it was.
And
I was raging at the time because I was having a bad day.
yeah, the bunyip died
Yeah.
horribly, and that was the end of the encounter.
Yeah.
And then Owen's character politely asked for them to
Yeah.
vacate the island.
And I was wet.
And Cargill was so amused by you guys that he agreed. Plus, he had gotten a lot of seals.
Yeah.
So you guys headed out, and then the third thing that happened was a good thing.
Very
you guys,
simple and very quick, too.
You guys
All
ran-
we did was meet up with some UTAC guys.
Yeah,
and
you guys-
traded them.
you guys ran into a small group of UTAC vessels.
White Tusk?
Chief White Tusk,
White
yes.
Tusk.
A guy who had the UTAC are basically fantasy
Fuck you,
Inuit.
Canada.
I think I'm best friends with that White Tusk guy because I
thanks
gave
for
him a
saying that
dress
in front of the
and he liked
recording.
it.
And I made sure he wore
Okay.
it properly.
Yeah.
Right?
Canada was the only one who survived.
So if we ever meet up with
disease.
this guy again, we'll be
No,
like,
it's
we're the
fine,
ones who
she's
gave you
got
those
friends
fancy
from
clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Although he did give us a lot of ivory.
No, I'm trying to kill
I've
the
got
whole
600 gold
place.
worth of ivory on me,
600
and we have a 2,000 gold ivory horn that was a
And we
narwhal
can
one.
make it.
Yep.
Those we can make into a quarterstaff, I think it was.
You
right?
can make it into
Oh, no.
you can make it into a,
A
bunch of
wand or
different
a staff.
a wand. I think wand, rod, or magical staff.
Any magic implement.
Who wants to use it most?
I think we were going to give it to one of the magic users, though.
Give it to the witch.
Oh no! I think Mike
Yes.
actually wanted to have it.
It was
Mike
like
He
wanted it.
He
but-
wanted it for the swag.
Yeah.
He's not actually going to use.
it was
stats
an
and
it was an
wands.
8-foot long narwhal horn that had weird magic properties that made it really easy
That's
to
a
enchant.
big fucking narwhal.
It is a big narwhal, and he killed it. So he's a pretty cool guy. And
Okay,
you
he
guys,
is a pretty cool
and
guy.
from your earlier session, you guys killed those 2 mithril cobras, and you traded the mithril to the guy for the horn, because mithril's really important to those guys, because weapons. They like stabbing things, and they
I
don't
like
care. They don't care much for gold.
Then we went to the camp.
You guys went to the camp. Cargill deftly took you guys down the river and past all the ice flows and through all this nice scenery that I described in intricate detail. Maybe I'll do that in this recording as well later. And you found your way to Kakarot's Horde.
So
And,
read that comment.
You said whore.
And you parked your boat at the one dock, and there were 2 bugbears that were like, "You guys look delicious."
There were 4
Were there 4?
I thought it was like a giant group of them and only 2 of them talked.
Well, there was there was like thousands, but the ones on the dock were 2 or 3. Or 4.
Okay, I could have sworn there were 4. I could be wrong.
Anyway, they were like, "You look delicious," and then you guys intimidated them, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know. Are they? I don't know." Okay. And basically, they argued among themselves. Yeah, they argued among themselves for about a minute about what to do with you guys, and then
we just stood there like, "What's going on?"
And then Kakarot Fire Axe showed up.
Yes.
And he was like,
"Who are you?"
Kakarot demands in unaccented common. The party answers with Cardinal Thorn.
"Then you are welcome here."
He turns to the somewhat stunned throng of bugbears who are getting ready to storm the boat and eat the occupants.
"These humans are my guests. I will deal with anyone who harms them. They are our allies."
He walks over to the boat and rips open one of the crates, revealing finely made axes within. He tosses one to a nearby bugbear warrior who until this time only had a crude club to wield.
"Behold! They bring us steel!"
This earns the party a terrifying chorus of growls and cheers from the monstrous assembly.
"Who'd sent you guys?"
Thorn.
Oh, you guys are my friends!
Here's your armor and weapons.
Yay!
Yay!
Here's your free night's stay here and not getting eaten.
Woo!
And
And a brand new car!
And some complimentary diddling.
that's later. Kakarot, invited you guys to a big feast because, you gave them their weapons and now you got a bunch of bugbear soldiers that are ready to go. He gave you all your weapons. You gave him those weapons. He gave you a feast. He cut off the head of the dire boar in one one fucking swing.
Ceremonially, yeah. With his fiery
axe. And then he invited you guys to a private meeting where he revealed that he was...
"You are traitors to your own kind. You must know that. When Ballantine falls and my horde pours through its shattered gates, we will slaughter the Talarians by the thousands. Yet I see no regret in your eyes. Tell me, how can this be?"
The party recounts the story of their treatment at Brander's Scar, the slights they suffered at the hands of the Talarians, and the goals that they pursue to the chagrin and often the expense of Talengard's citizens. Kakarot seems intrigued, even more so when they reveal the marks of the Forsaken that they have received in prison. Kakarot removes his breastplate, revealing an enormous holy symbol of Asmodeus burned into his chest.
"We all have our scars."
The conversation continues, and as the drink takes hold and the pork settles in his stomach, Kakarot reveals an interesting fact about his assignment.
"I am the only true member of the knot. The rest are only fools."
It would seem that the Bugbear army is not aware that they are part of Asmodeus' plan. Once finished, Kakarot has one last thing to say.
"Tomorrow you must depart this camp. It will never truly be safe for you here. Over the next week, more tribes will rally to my banner. I will promise them blood and give them steel. Then, at last, I will be ready to march. A week after that, I will be poised to strike. I will move my horde into the valley just north of Ballantine. There we will wait for your signal. Fire this rocket into the air. Within the hour, we will attack. Make sure that the way is ready. After we gather, my horde will be idle and start to grow anxious. I can only hold them together another 2 weeks. After that, I expect desertions and squabbling. Get your work done before then. You have 1 month to infiltrate and destroy Ballantine."
Kakarot hands them a single, carefully wrapped signal rocket. Suddenly, the Bugbear warlord gets very serious and stern. He stares straight into the party's eyes.
"Can you do this? In 1 month, can you break the watch wall?"
The party answers yes. He grunts and nods.
"Thorn has faith in you. If you weren't his best, he wouldn't have sent you. Do this and your names will be legend. Now go. Hail Asmodeus! Hail Asmodeus!
the sole member of the first knot.
And what's that one called again?
The Avernian knot, I think?
Avernian, okay.
Yeah.
We're the Nessian.
You guys are the Nessian, yeah. And
We
and you
revealed
guys,
things about ourselves.
yeah, and he revealed things about himself, like his
Oh
chest.
yeah, you revealed something about yourself.
He opened up his breastplate when you showed him your scars, and he revealed that he had a big holy symbol of Asmodeus burned into his chest. That being said, he also mentioned that the rest of the Bugbear Horde are but fools.
Yeah.
And you should not tell them anything about being Asmodean and that sort of thing.
Sweet.
Which is funny because when you guys got onto the dock immediately, you
Yeah.
were like, "We are the 9th knot. We are from Asmodeus," and they were like, "The 9th what?" Because they had no
Well,
idea.
technically that was Mike, and I was his hype man. It's like, yeah!
Yeah,
This hype orc.
hype orc. And I think that's the end of the session, minus the diddling.
Yeah.
Because
Minus the diddling.
He just had sex!
Owen's
Well, I did
character...
two things.
Yeah.
I challenged him to a fight to the death in the future, and then I fucked him.
Yeah, in the
And that's
future.
something we're going to discuss perhaps later if somebody brings it up in conversation.
Mhm.
So how about the time you fucked Fire Axe?
And it'll give you a reason why I'm not fucking you, even
Oh.
because I remember I said that he was
Okay,
the
that's a
person-
very weird thing to say out of context for the
yeah,
recording.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I remember that right at the end.
Not like that, Internet, not like that.
Right at the end of last session, I said that I needed to fuck him because he was the only man I'd seen, and you were like, "Hey, I'm a man," and I'm going to explain why I won't fuck you because we're on a team.
That's
Yeah.
not the reason you gave.
But I'll give a better reason today if somebody asks me.
No
why I
workplace drama.
I will.
Yeah, I figured your character would be the one, but if we're starting,
Ha-
I was
Yeah,
no.
so that's the end of the session. Next up, you guys are heading to Ballantine. You're gonna kick
Happy
You're gonna
Valentine's
kick some ass.
Day.
Empire Tabletop out.